Good morning, Abatuta Babadanji.
Good morning.
What are you going to talk about today?
Today I'm going to talk about Kashmir Shaivism, which is a philosophy, a theology. It came from Kashmir and the Kashmir yogis, and they developed the idea of the experience of God being the awareness of God. It wasn't an oblivion like in Advaita, and the person has this experience continually in their every day-to-day life. I call it witness consciousness of Chitti. And my proposal is that Kashmir Shaivism comes from Islam, monotheism in Kashmir Shaivism, because this is new. This is something completely new to Hinduism. The idea of an active monotheist God wasn't in Hinduism. It came into Hinduism through Islam to Kashmir Shaivism. Now my proposal is that Kashmir Shaivism, if you trace it back, Islam was influenced by Patristic theology from Byzantium. Patristic theologians would debate with Islamic theologians because it's in Turkey. There was a total influence and a flux of monotheism and a developing of arguments in Islamic literature from Christianity, from the Byzantium in Constantinople. That then went to India in the form of Islamic monotheism, and Kashmir Shaivism, the yogis picked this up and developed their arguments of the one God and their experiences, because God blessed them and gave them the experience of God. Now, in Christianity, the condescension between man and God is Jesus Christ. In Islam, the condescension between man and God is Muhammad. He's the vehicle of the witnessing for the angels and the will of God. In Kashmir Shaivism, they've turned very cleverly, turned that into consciousness. Chitti is the condescension, the person's own Chitti. The person then becomes their own intercession between man and God. That's why Kashmir Shaivism is so popular, because it makes the person their own, was so popular, it's died out now, is because it makes the person his own guru. His own consciousness becomes the vehicle in which he develops and unifies with God. It's that awareness of being that is prevalent in Kashmir Shaivism theology and philosophy that is so attractive to the Indians. So thereby they're not following a condescension of an individual, but their own consciousness, which they believed in Kashmir Shaivism would take them back to the experience of God. This idea of an eternal being awareness in the monotheist religions is very, very important, because it doesn't exist in paganism. It doesn't exist in the lower nature religions. And in India, they have their various cults of beings, but this idea of awareness, like in Advaita, is annulled. There isn't an awareness. When the person, the Advaita says that God is not aware of the universe. So this is the reason why a lot of modern yogis like Swami Bhaktananda and Lakshman Jew and people like this have tried to bring back a bit of Kashmir Shaivism, even though Kashmir Shaivism has been dead for 300 years, 400 years. It died out. Died out because it's a very complicated philosophy that is very hard obviously for them to experience because of condescension. Who's going to be your mediator? It's very difficult for a person to have the honesty to be a mediator of himself, between himself and God. Who's going to be your mediator? In Christianity, our mediator is Jesus Christ. He is our condescension. He comes and fills our mind with the grace that allows us to have the vehicle that takes us to God. In Islam, it's Muhammad. Kashmir Shaivism was the only sect in India that allowed this mediatorship of personhood of the individual. But then it died out, and modern people have tried to resurrect it, not with much, very little success really, not very well known about. But in my view, is what I'm saying, Kashmir Shaivism comes from patristic theology, this idea of awareness, personhood, condescension, filled with references to patristic theology and the early patristic fathers of the church, in the Eastern Church, such as St. Maximus the Confessor, etc. St. Athanasius said, God became man, so man could become God. This is that's in Kashmir Shaivism. So, to me, patristic theology has gone into Kashmir and became Kashmir Shaivism. That's my theory.